So this video is going to be on the big event this weekend. What are they calling it? Lords of the Mortal Realms preview online.
Where is that?
Well, if you're on Warhammer Community,
Yeah.
just on the first page, there should be a banner at the top.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just gone into the habit of ignoring banners now. Yeah, I got it. The banner's just always some shit I don't care about. It's an ad usually. I'm sure I'm missing loads of important stuff just in life in general that I've gotten used to doing. Oh, that's an ad banner, forget it. That was something you really cared about. It's time sensitive.
We put it at the top of the page so you could see it without having to scroll down.
But Facebook already conditioned me to not care about that because it's an ad for some trainers I don't want.
Predictions of what's going to be released this weekend.
Yep.
Channel our psychic powers and guess every model that's going to come out.
With 100% accuracy.
I mean, we already know that the Warhammer Underworld's releases are going to be the other orcs, which we were just talking about. Then we're going to have some Warhammer Quest Cursed City reveals and just plain old Age of Sigmar as well.
Almost forgot that was still a game. All the ancillary games are just taking center stage on this.
Does anybody still play Age of Sigmar?
I think there'll probably maybe even be more than there were originally, but there's one of the guys doing his Iron Jaws art. Well, I think it was just supposed to be a war band, and then he got a bunch of stuff so that he could get all the little options, and it's just an army at this point.
I suppose a war band grows very quickly.
Yeah, especially when it's orcs. It's just doing it really organically. Just some slightly tougher boy, bunch of lads, and then might as well go war boss. Oh, that Wyvern's pretty cute. Maybe get some boar boys, because you can have one or something. And
then go and have a little look on Forge World, see what they've got going on.
Forge World's a dangerous place. Too much cool stuff on there.
Too much expensive stuff on there.
Yeah. It's like one bounty hunter's 24 quid or something. It's like, no. that's it looks amazing. So what? But I think for me, it's more that it's resin than because it's plastic. If it was plastic, it'd be better. But the price is one thing. But because it's an annoying material, if it's got any straight edges on it, it's probably warped a bit. I know I can heat it up. I can't be bothered. And just having to get super glue that always dries out because I don't need it enough. Yeah,
back to the topic at hand. What do they say here? It's almost time for another online preview in which we take a peek at some of the awesome new releases that are on their way in the coming months. In this weekend show, you can look forward to the Warhammer Preview Online, Lords of the Mortal Realms. As always, it's going to be chock full of exclusive content, this time for all of the following games.
It's nice to see Sigmar return, as we mentioned, probably half an hour ago when this video started off topic. And then Warhammer Underworlds and Warhammer Quest, the most exciting part of all of this.
And then under that, we've got lovely silhouetted models for us to guess what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
I've already got some, what I think are pretty good guesses for these models.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking the model on the left is a high elf or a high elf. And model in the middle is going to be a hero for Warhammer Quest.
Yeah, it's the wolf pelt on there.
And then the thing on the right, we know what that's going to be. That is one of the vampires with goat legs that we saw in the Cursed City preview video a while back.
Yeah.
Which we see that exact pose of one of them like holding onto the wall.
Thought a bit of a giveaway as well.
Yeah. So they're going to be a bit like the skeletons that were just released. They're going to be some kind of troop models. Some slightly more elite troops that you'll probably have to face as you go further into the city, as they're going to be proper vampires who can obviously climb up walls with their goatee legs.
Which never makes sense, even with real mountain goats. So, perfect.
So the only thing I'm a little bit unsure about is the guy in the middle, if that's going to be a hero model or a bad model. Not like it's going to be a bad looking model, because all the models so far have been great. An evil model. We'll use that.
Could be a standing version of the guy on the throne.
Well, that's what I thought, because he's got lots of wolf pelt on him. And if you look at his sword, the silhouette of his sword is a bit knackered and chipped away, which suggests it's very old, which suggests he could be undead and have a rusty sword. No euphemisms intended.
It's also knackered enough that it could be, if it is the seated guy standing ready for fighting, that he's not been ready for fighting for a very long time. If he's, warlord of this place and just sitting on a throne, hasn't actually had to do anything for a long time. Like classic Pirates of the Caribbean or any Goonies-like film or show where there's some ancient scene that our heroes suddenly come across, and then what seemed to be deceased is now ready for action.
But basically the aesthetic is going to be kind of Russian. Like he's going to probably have like a Russian bear hat, it might be, that style of hat. And obviously having kind of the curved Cossack style swords. And then I've said the person on the left is going to be a high elf. It will turn out to be a hedonite of Slaanesh now.
I was thinking some kind of, because if it's Warhammer Quest, that some kind of like leech priest or mummy something from Khemri.
Right. I don't think that one's going to be Warhammer Quest though.
Yeah, they do need to have something from normal Sigmar.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
So I think that's going to be Sigmar proper, Age of Sigmar proper. So I think it's either going to be a Head Knights of Slaanesh, because obviously they've got releases coming out, or the High Elves, because they've got releases coming out.
Yeah. Just here's some character. I've not looked at their battle time at all, so just something that was missing a model or only had one pose or just one from the starter box or something.
From the silhouette and the shape of their head, it looks like they've got some like elaborate headdress behind their head, which kind of fans out with some tassels coming down. And that could be high elves, because they've got lots of weird head stuff going on. They've got like big collars and things behind their heads. I'll put some examples of pictures which might be similar.
Ostentatious priestly class from wherever. That's pretty uniform across cultures.
Mm-hmm. But then I'm looking at the staff that they're holding, and the top of it has some spiky bits on it, and that always can mean chaos. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Would the high elves have spikes on it? But it could just be imagery of the sun, so maybe.
Or thorns or something. We can't tell what material that is.
So yeah, in terms of other models that we could expect, we have some images from a video back in January, which we haven't seen any models for yet. So Jake, for us, that's the stuff I sent you over. This is These images are from the what's called the Death, Destruction, Decay video back in January. I think at the start of the new year, actually.
Okay.
And a few of the things have come out. Gluttus or Skillion has come out. There was some images of the first hero for Warhammer Quest. He's been revealed, but there's a few which haven't. So the first one is this high elf model floating on a cloud, riding a cloud like the last Airbender.
Yeah, because totally unique concepts.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's being created by that staff or mace, whatever that is.
And this guy is obviously the Airbender, because we've had the Earth Element model. Is that correct? The one we looked at, the goat one.
Oh yeah.
No, the fox. Sorry, the fox jumping up and
like a Nine Tails kind of aesthetic they were going with.
Yeah, which even though it looked like he was flying, is apparently the Earth model.
Okay, I would have thought that was air as well.
Yeah, I know, but but apparently that was Earth. So this is going to be air, because you can see the air.
That makes sense.
He's riding it. So is this going to be a actual human, or is it going to be kind of a half human, half creature model as well, like the fox?
Yeah, because they're kind of doing the same as what they've been doing with Sylvaneth or Wood Elves or whatever they're calling them, just where they add in random mythological creatures. You like the centaurs and satyrs that they brought in for wood elves, so they're doing eastern stuff, as you said, with the Lumineth.
Yeah, so we had a fox. This, I'm going to wonder if they've completely ripped off the Chinese story Journey to the West, which is the main character is the monkey god who flies on a cloud and does lots of adventures. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a half monkey. Because
that would be totally within GW's remit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because that's what GW does.
Because they always rip stuff off that not that many people know about. Because I remember, now that you've said it, I remember hearing that story in part ages ago, but I wouldn't have thought of that at all. It's just that, you know, oh, cool monkey, oh, GW is amazing.
Whereas I'm like, I've got bloody books.
Yeah.
So that's my guess for that model, which I think might be revealed this weekend.
Not that long to wait.
And then the next one from that video is this model, which starts from behind, where we just see his clothing and a hand, which is, I can't tell if it's holding something or just pointing. Might be holding something in his hand. And then it spins around to the front and we see his other hand holding an axe.
It's the hand with the one at the bottom. If all three are from the same mini, just immediately makes me think Frankenstein.
He's obviously undead and probably one of the evil characters for Warhammer Quest. An executioner, probably.
Just been gradually watching Black Sails. So John recommended it to me, and it's great. But the get-up of this guy reminds me of Blackbeard. But I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of uniform linkage this will have with the skeletons, if any, because it looks pretty ornate. It seems like he's some kind of official in life. There's all the fancifulness on the front side we can see.
But yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna have a hood on his head.
Yeah, just go full on like medieval executioner style.
Yeah.
That's what I always love about the undead in fantasy, or most fantasy, where they were never evil, that this entire place was taken over by a necromancer or some other evildoer, and they're just a poor front line that got killed early on and then got consumed into his growing army.
Talking of vampires, because you mentioned vampires are coming back, we think there might be some vampire reveals this weekend.
Yeah, it could be fun, but just a gradual thing in Quest and Underworlds, and then I hope they're using this as a proving ground for how people think they're awesome, so they can gradually add them as a unit in whatever. If they do it in Death Rattle, that'll be cool. So just the classic skeleton hordes being led by probably not Von Carsteins, but whoever they just make up or bring back from old lore. There's tons of stories. Don't even need to make up new names.
Yeah, because we've had this vampire warband for Diachasm, and there has also been a vampire model released, which I think was for Age of Sigmar, which kind of went under the radar a bit. It's an article from the 19th of January, and it says new Lumineth and Soulblight models revealed. So I'm thinking, what is Soulblight going to be the kind of new name for vampire counts?
Oh, that's badass. Yeah, I've not even seen that. That's awesome.
Looks like a female vampire count with all the bats coming off her hair.
I like the way they've got the wind going and managed to get those bats on there. It looks fluid.
Yeah, I'm not such a fan of the bats.
It looks Halloween-y, which is what I like about it.
I know it's vampire counts and everything, but I would have, the hair flying off is really cool, and maybe having one bat or a bat on the shoulder, but I don't like things like that personally.
The whole concept of swarm of bats turning into dude.
Yeah.
There aren't quite enough bats for that on this, but that's what I'm liking about it. That it looks like she has either just is turning back into a woman or a gnarly looking woman from a swarm of bats or is just about to disappear in a swarm of bats?
See, to me, it looks like the bats are holding up her strands of hair for her to make her look.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to make
Cool.
it seem cooler. That it actually looks like that thing that someone picked up for Halloween.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because the bats are really small, and yeah, they don't do it for me. But the rest of the model is amazing. The base is actually a bit disappointing for this model. I love the pose, but the base is a bit basic.
Terrible. It's too muted. It's going to be even worse. And part of the coolness that's on it is a tuft. And I'm wondering if that skull is from the Skulls box and that little stone to the left is just a piece of cork or something.
So do you think this is like a homemade base from GW rather than the base it comes with?
Yeah, because that just the rock next to the skull looks like it's a bit of cork.
Yeah, I mean, the rock she's kind of skating on just doesn't look like it's made for this model. It looks like they stuck it there and just stuck the model on it. I have a feeling this model, when it comes, will be supposed to be flat on the ground. Maybe. But anyway, with vampire counts, all I'm saying is I would expect there to be like Gothic ruins on the base.
Yeah. Just to go overboard, fallen gargoyles everywhere.
Yeah, something like that. Why isn't she standing on a gargoyle? But that's a small thing because we can take the model and we can put it on a base, which we make ourselves.
Yeah, no problem.
Which we will. It's a very, very simple model. Apart from the bats, the rest of it, very simple. Really good pose.
I can just see you spending ages trying to, if you were doing vampires, just gradually carving the bits of wing that have to be on the hair away.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
But didn't they have bats on it? No, never had bats. You're thinking of a conversion someone made.
But these models, these vampire count models, are making me want to start an undead army for Age of Sigmar.
I'm in the same sort of situation that if the Warhammer Quest set has just enough for you to be able to do a smallish force, that'll probably call it for me, where I'll have to go all in, because Warhammer Quest, just like with Blackstone Fortress, I think I missed 2 or 3 of the box sets because I wrongly thought that they were just going to be around. And then, they discontinued the Command box set. That's 70 quid. The fuck? Why? That's why it's 70 quid. Well, you want the cards, don't you? Not that much. You can keep your Commissar and your Ogrin or whatever the hell that is. I don't care. They will just fight guardsmen, whatever. But with this one, because I know they're going to discontinue it, I'll get the whole thing. And if it's basically an undead army and that, sweet. And then buy this because it looks cool.
Well, on this page, there's the High Elf Cavalry things, which High Elves are no longer riding horses. They're riding mythical creatures.
The hell is that?
Exactly. But hey, they look cool.
Yeah.
We might get some more info on these because we've got the full squad of archers riding kangaroo things.
Yeah.
And then we've only got one model on this creature. However, that's a Lord Regent, so maybe he gets a special mount. I'm not sure if we'll get any more models on those creatures, but we shall see.
Like a bull horse cat.
Bull horse. Right.
Half bull, half horse, half cat.
Yeah, I was going to say its feet look like a cat. And it's got all the traits of each animal. It's angry as a bull, as lazy and apathetic as a cat. You can ride it like a horse.
Now that you've pointed my eye to this model, the grass on that's been sculpted is making me even more disappointed with that vampire's base. It's like you've actually sculpted long grass.
Yeah, it's like some wheat or something.
There's tons all over this base, and then as you say, just bits of wheat. Like here's some really young ears of corn that are coming through. Why? Because nature. That's why. There's a theme on those other ones as well. Those kangaroo horse things.
Yeah, there's some wheats, ears of wheat on there as well. But yeah, I suppose, like you say, that's going for the whole nature aesthetic of these new elves, which is cool. So yeah, before we finish this video, we have to talk about another reveal.
Which one's this?
There's been a Warhammer Quest reveal.
Weird Science. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Bill Nye the Science Guy. So, Cursed City Crier, do you want to do your thing?
Hear ye, hear ye. I'm the Cursed City Crier, and I bring you news of horrific experiments, the terrifying creatures conducting them, and the results from all the latest sporting fixtures. Wasn't expecting that at the end. What's that sporting fixtures thing about?
Blood Bowl, maybe?
Yeah. As soon as I see this guy, I'm thinking, Tim! If you haven't seen that movie, immediately stop watching this video and watch it, you terrible person. How have you not seen The Quest for the Holy Grail?
Yeah, so like we said, what was it, yesterday and the day before, when we were making that video on the Warhammer Quest models, that we're probably going to get a evil character release next, and yep, lo and behold.
That's pretty discriminatory, Ian. This guy could be good. We don't know. He's
yeah. Yeah, he might be.
Don't judge a book by its cover or by the pages stabbed into his back.
I mean, the cover screams evil. They couldn't have fit any more evil stereotypes into this model.
No.
Like, oh, he's got all the evil animals. He's got a bat, a rat, a crow, and whatever the hell that cat is.
Coyote or something?
I don't know. Is it supposed to be a cat?
It's like a wolverine. It's not a wolf.
That's weird.
Oh, it's just kind of like that wolf from Neverending Story. The Nothing. I need to watch loads of films from the 80s now.
But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got a lot going on.
This is amazing. What's this guy's name?
Torgillius.
I like that.
Torgillius the Chamberlain.
What are you thinking? Some kind of fallen priest of Sigmar or completely different cult?
Yes, I think a completely different cult. It says he's just a scholar who started like doing necromancy. And then
he shouldn't have.
Well, yeah, it says he's part of the brotherhood known as the Pact Mortalis.
That sounds like a really great brotherhood that's into totally normal things.
Yeah, if you've got the word Mortalis in it, you're like, these people are going to be corrupted.
We don't make human sacrifices at all. It's just your discrimination against Latin.
And lo and behold, one of them gets corrupted and turns into a necromancer.
What a shock.
Shock horror.
I'm wondering if his brothers will be some kind of zombies or other kind of undead.
Yeah. So he's a really cool model. He seems to have a stockade on his back, on his shoulders, like he's been put in the stocks while he was alive. Maybe, is that what that is?
It's just a yoke, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't know, but why he would wear a yoke. So maybe, when he started practicing necromancy and was discovered, they put a yoke on him as punishment.
To carry his sins or something.
Yeah, and that's probably what the stuff on his back is, like a list of all his wrongdoings. But now he wears the yoke with pride.
So cool. It says everything about it.
Yeah, he's followed the line of Warhammer Quest models. They've all been awesome so far. This guy's pretty cool. But yeah, look at the bat on this model.
It's a proper bat.
Compared to the bats on the actual vampire count. That's the type of bat I expect to see on a vampire count, not those little ones.
Where the wings are unfurled, it's taller than a child with its wingspan. It's just like, why is that 4 foot? What is going on? Justifiable to scream and run out of the cave if that suddenly flies at your face, whereas those other ones, there are gnats or something. What's a little swarm of? Oh, they're bats. Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. So, what was your guess for what this guy's henchmen are going to be.
Wondering if it'll be his fallen brothers. Because it's got the just at the bottom here. It's got lesser beings to fetch him fresh subjects for his experiments. So it's either going to be, I'm thinking those experiments will include his brothers.
Lesser beings.
And then those will just be zombies.
Oh, no. But lesser beings, does that not mean like... Oh, I suppose it could mean zombies, but I didn't know if it meant the animals. Like rats.
That could be quite cool if he's if he's basically just an evil Radagast.
No, that's what he looks like, let's be honest.
It's just evil Radagast if Radagast was part of the Orthodox Church.
Yeah. Again, yeah, very Russian theme going on here with the Orthodox hat he's wearing.
I'm surprised they didn't call him, Raspugor or something.
I'm wondering if this guy will have those kind of Silent Hill looking zombies from the video as his minions.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The ones which had like bits of gravestones and stuff on their backs, but
that would make sense for experiments, wouldn't it? Rather than, because big deal. You can raise things from the dead. Every necromancer can do that. What's your experiment? It's like I added oil and eggs to a pan and then scrambled them. Oh wow, great experimentation that no one cares.
So this guy's basically the Fabius Bile of Warhammer Quest Cursed City. I wonder if they're going to preview any of them on the weekend. I don't know why they released this guy literally a day before, 2 days before the big preview. They could have just held out and he could have been part of the online preview, but...
Well, they've got to have releases every day, haven't they?
They literally do.
And fair play to them that they've got stuff that's not only amazingly sculpted, weaves into a sweet storyline, random little bits of art, and then is painted amazingly. So they've definitely built this up over years on their end of things.
Yep.
Another sweet year coming up as far as minis are concerned.
It's already been a sweet year so far. We're only in February. There's already been so many releases. I can't remember them all. So yeah, there's going to be a lot revealed this weekend. That's all the things we've kind of seen stuff for. Obviously, there's been loads of Rumor Engine images, which we're waiting on models for. We could go through all of them, but I don't think we should. The video is probably long enough as it is.
There's no probably about it.
But yeah, that's a good place to stop. If anybody does watch this video and wants to put some guesses of their own down in the comments, then feel free. We might actually reply to you and talk to you.
Yeah, if you want to put any suggestions about what you want us to cover in these as well. It's a tiny community that can only grow. So let us know what you want us to do. And if we want to do it, we'll do it. Because that's the way this works.
But yeah, to all 20 people who might watch this video, get involved. Yeah, enjoy the preview on the weekend, happening on Saturday afternoon.
It's going to be fun.
All right. Cut.